Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Tammy Morrison, and I am a Soul Transformation Guide. I'm an author, a spiritual teacher, mentor. I love to teach about spiritual development, developing your gifts, developing your intuition. Um, I'm also a writer. I have written many, many articles. I have a few on Medium. Love it if you follow me there. You can also follow me on TikTok, where I'm doing all kinds of short videos that will help you in your life to manifest your dreams, to also heal from anything and everything. So you can go on there and follow me as well. So again, thank you for hanging out with me. Those of you that don't know me, that's a quick, brief introduction. So I want to get into what I'm talking about today. Today, I want to share on a money mindset revelation that happened for me, people, because if it's something that I've been dealing with, I know that I'm dealing with it as well. And it's something that we don't often talk about. So that is one of the reasons why I came on here today, because I wanted to share um, this revelation, because I know that if it set me free, then it'll probably set y'all free. So for me, I have been on this spiritual journey for probably about 10 plus years. Yeah, 10 plus years. I've also been on YouTube for 5. And so I'm at a point now where it's time for me to up my game. It's time for me to look at some things that I've been teaching and actually embody them within myself. And so a lot of times when you see people that are teaching, especially spiritual work, we're also learning. We are not only the teachers, but we are also the students. And so many times when we bring these things forward, it's because it's something that we have learned through trial and error, through, different types of, and I don't want to say mistakes, but I'm going to say lessons that we have learned. And sometimes, as I've recently learned, and I know this to be true, that our trauma actually can be embedded in us from 7 up to 7, like I think they're saying 7 to 14 generations back. So back hundreds of years, there's trauma embedded in you from your family. And so some of these things occur from that space. So for me, I'm on this journey of wholeness and wellness, because I know that, I needed to release some weight, and I have released some. I actually released a lot, but I still have some more that I want to release. And so one of the things that I was thinking about, and one of the things that I've been kicking around, is asking my spirit team. I was talking to God the other day and talking to my angels. And you guys know that I have a spirit team if you've watched me any length of time, but I have a spirit team. And so I was talking to them and I was asking questions, and so I typically would do this in meditation or just in times of just quiet. And that is something that I recommend for all of my clients and anybody else that's listening. I recommend that you take some time, quiet time, and just spend with yourself and with your spirit team, however you do it. Because you can journal, you can meditate, and I typically do a lot of that in meditation. And sometimes I do it in meditation while I'm doing something. So for me, I meditate a lot of times washing dishes. And I notice that sometimes my husband will ask me, "Why are you washing the dishes? We have a dishwasher." Because sometimes that is a good time for me to meditate, because it's doing something I don't have to think about. I'm just, moving, but I'm also connecting. And so, when I started doing that and connecting with my breath, and I asked the question, what is going on and why is it so difficult, or why does it seem so difficult to release these last few pounds that I want to release? And I know that it's good for me, because as I've started working out more, I started committing myself to having a workout lifestyle. And I started changing my diet and looking at the things that I put into my body. And I'm now studying what feels good to my body and studying foods that are inflammatory to my body. Now, we all have different bodies. Our bodies react in different ways to different stimuli. However, when we start to really dive into ourselves, when we start to really study ourselves, That is the thing that I'm doing now. I'm studying myself, seeing how I react to certain foods, seeing how I react to certain environments, seeing how I react to certain music, even. All of those things actually play a part and a role in the way that you live. So, getting back to the money mindset part, I bet you want to know how does this relate to the money mindset part? So, I feel like I get to a certain place in my weight loss journey or my weight release journey. I like to say release because, if you lose something, typically you can find it. So we release it, then we let it go. So that is where I'm at with that. So in my weight release journey, I started, really meditating on that. And I was like, what is the problem? It's like I get to a certain level and it's like that's as far as I can go, and it's like I battle with consistency. And so that's something that I am working through. And especially with that, because what happens a lot of times is I have been a person that has typically worked out most of my life in different ways. And so I will push really, really hard. And then what happens is I push too hard because I'm just restarting it. And then I'm aching and hurting. And then I have to, take off some time. And then, how that process goes. And so what I decided to do was really just to start finding things that I like to do. And, I like to lift weights. So finding, short workouts that, are intense, whole body workouts that work for me. And then I also started swimming as well. We added swimming to our lineup, as well as going to the gym a couple of times a week, and then I work out at home the other times. I actually did a small workout at work the other night. I worked night shift, and I did a little 10-minute yoga flexibility workout at work because I hadn't worked out that day. This is how committed that I have become to this journey. However, I started asking the questions, why is it that it seems so difficult? And typically I have started shifting all the things in my life that feel difficult and shifting them to make them easy because it can be easy. And so with the money mindset piece, I started thinking about it. And what came to me was, I get to a certain level because those are the size clothes I have. Like I had some bigger clothes and I had some not tiny clothes because I haven't been tiny in years, but I had some bigger clothes and then I had some smaller clothes. And so typically it seems that I would get to the weight of the smaller clothes that I have and then no more. Although I still have about 20 pounds I want to take off. And so when I started realizing that and looking at that, and I asked, what is the blockage there? I just really started asking myself, my higher self. I started asking my higher self, what was the blockage? And you know what came up for me? The money mindset piece. Because when you release all of that weight, then you have to buy new clothes. And, nothing will fit. So you have to buy new clothes. And so for me, it was like a light bulb moment. Oh my God, I have to buy new clothes after I've released all this weight. So that means I have to spend more money, and I was like, oh my God, and that hit me like a brick. And I started really diving into that. And I sat down with myself and I started just talking it out. And I sat down with my journal and I started writing it out. And I said, you know what? That is so real. I think about I got to buy new clothes. So that means I got to spend more money. So that actually affects my money mindset. That is what that was about. And so that created that blockage for me where, okay, so I can get to this certain point, because I've lost quite a bit of weight. I didn't even realize, actually, I had a friend that was watching me and she and I do some collaborations together, and she said, oh my God, I was watching one of our old videos. She said, you have really lost weight. And I didn't even realize that it showed like that. However, because why? Because I can see that there's more that I would like to release. I can see that. However, when I started diving into this belief that I had that if I lost more of this weight, then I wouldn't be able to fit any of my clothes. And then I would have to buy more clothes. And then I would have to spend more money. And it was like a light bulb, like a like fireworks went off. Oh my God, is this why? Is this the problem? And so I know that there are probably many people out there that are dealing with the same type of thing. I know this. I know this. Why do I know this? Because I'm intuitive Tammy. I'm actually intuitive Tammy on TikTok. And I'm also 𝐑𝐄𝐋 Journey to Wellness as well, because I wanted to share my journey with getting to wellness in order to help and inspire other people, because I know that is, that's the thing, especially, I'm a Gen X, so I am 55 years old, and people a lot of times think that, you just have to start, living to die at that age. And that's the craziest shit I ever heard. But back to this. So I released that. And to me, so many times people go and they want to do, these complicated ass rituals and all this stuff. And let me tell you, a ritual is just a pattern, a habit, a thing that you do. And so you want to do these complicated ass rituals and all this stuff. But what I did was I sat down and I told myself, and I gave myself permission that it was okay for me to release this weight. It's okay that I have to buy more clothes. Because why? Because I am abundant. I have everything that I desire. I am abundant. And so these are the things that I have begun to tell myself, that yes, you are free to release this weight. You're free to release this weight because you'll have whatever it is that you desire to have. You have it. You can go and buy more clothes if you have to. It's not a problem. And it really isn't a problem until you make it a problem. And so that will set you free on your journey, and it'll help you through that money mindset piece too, because that right there is a marathon. Because a lot of us, especially if you come from a space where, you weren't raised with a silver spoon. Now I wasn't raised in poverty or of any means. Probably I would call us middle class. Maybe at that time, back in those years, it might have even been upper middle class, but not anymore, because that doesn't even exist. But still, there was often, money issues that I would hear, because I was the oldest child and I was much older than all the other children in the house. So I would hear a lot of things, and I believe a lot of stuff I internalized as well through that process. But these are things that are being healed through the process that I'm doing now, through this marathon, because it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, it is a marathon. So through this marathon, I'm releasing these negative belief systems that I had. It's actually really fear-based. It's fear-based, because in my mind, I think, okay, I gotta, I lose this weight and then I gotta buy more clothes. Well, what happens if I gain it all back? And I've already gotten rid of all the bigger clothes that I had, and I don't know why I couldn't even see why I even thought about that. But when it came to me, I knew that it was true, and I knew that it felt real to me. So, in short, when you start to learn how to, connect to yourself and connect to your body and listen to what it's telling you and listen to what it's sharing with you and ask the questions, because what I'm learning is a lot of times we don't know, because we are afraid to ask the questions. We are afraid to ask the questions. Afraid. So when you're afraid to ask the questions, quite naturally, you're not going to ever get the answer, because you haven't asked the question. And so when you start to really dive into that and ask the question, because not only am I working on my journey, like I said, my journey to wholeness, my journey to wellness, and my journey to, abundance, which is included in all of that. And I'm talking about abundance of health, abundance of wealth, abundance of money, abundance of spirit, all of those things. And so on that journey, learning about this particular revelation helped me in my money mindset journey, because it can be challenging. Let me go there. It can be challenging to deal with your money mindset. you know, just like your health and your, you know, because the thing is what I'm learning now as I'm getting older is that, you know, when you go to the doctor, a lot of times they're looking to find stuff that's wrong with you. And you can give them all kinds of things. Anytime you give them a symptom, they'll figure out a disease or a condition or some letters to put on, you know, under your name, you know, but you don't have to stay in that space. And that's the space that I'm in. I'm not staying in that space. I don't care what they say is going on. I know that I'm whole, healed, delivered, healthy, wealthy, abundant. I know that I'm all these things. However, now it's time to walk it out. And so when I got that down, when that hit me, that, you know, I, you know, sabotaged myself with losing weight because I was thinking about the fact that I have to go and buy all new clothes, you know, that I would have to go buy all new clothes because, you know, my clothes wouldn't fit because, you know, you release the weight, then you change, you know, your size changes. And so these are things. And I know that many people that deal with weight issues deal with that. Even some people that want to gain weight, because, you know, I know that it's really weird to us that, you know, are always battling weight, that there are people out there that want to gain weight, but there are. And even those people, you know, this could affect their money mindset where they're thinking, okay, well, if I gain all this weight, you know, or, you know, especially young men like to, you know, thin young men. And I had one of those that like to, you know, wanted to just, you know, eat so they could gain weight and put the protein in and all these things, you know. And so, you know, even that, it's like, you know, in their mind are like, okay, well, if I swell up and get all these muscles and all this stuff, then I'm gonna have to buy some muscle shirts and I'm gonna have to buy some more clothes and I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? So looking at it from that space and keeping yourself in that particular level of bondage, because that is bondage. It's bondage. Because the thing is as you go and as you grow and as your mindset changes and you realize that everything that you have is here, you just have to tap into it. Everything that you have is here. You just have to tap into it. And so that is the space that we are in. That is the space that I am in. And that is the space that many of you are in. And that's why you're watching me. Because that's the space. You know, but you can actually shift that. And so that is what I did. I sat down with myself. I lit a candle. I lit a candle. And I told myself that it's okay. I gave myself permission to release this weight. You know, I loved on me, gave myself a hug, and loved on me. You know, I took some time. I took a bath, which is one of my spiritual practices. I love taking baths. By the way, I do sell these amazing bath soaps that help to release tension out of your body. It helps to helps pain. It's amazing, and I absolutely recommend it highly. But you can get it from me. You can go to my website and get it. My website is tammymorrison.com. It's my name. HTTPS colon / tammymorrison.com. You can get my bath salts. You can also reach out to me on any of the socials that you follow me on: TikTok, Facebook, not so much Instagram, but I do try to go check messages over there, but I don't do a lot of Instagram. LinkedIn, I'm on LinkedIn, so you can even check me there if you want to, or you can always comment and tag me in the comment. I do try to come back and respond to comments. So again, thank y'all for hanging out with me. That's really about what I wanted to share about today, because I really wanted to help people to understand that this, you can shift this. You know, you can shift that. You can shift your money mindset. Sometimes in little ways, because, you know, people always talk about quantum shifts. Okay, so quanta is a teeny tiny little thing you can't even see. So if you think about it, a quantum shift is really a small shift, but it has big results. And so that is really what we're doing. We are shifting into the quanta, you know, small shifts that have big results. And I want to share this card that I just got pulled today from myself, and I'm going to share with you guys. So I'm reading from the African Goddess Rising, which is Abiola Abrams card deck, Oracle deck, which is amazing. Um, Yeah, African goddess rising. So this card is Nana Baluka. Is that? And seasons. So Nana Baluka is the Most High, Supreme Being, primordial mother, grandmother of all the Orishas, deities, and Dahome's wise woman, herbalist, and healer. So her guidance is you have entered a new cycle that is very old. Allow yourself to become present. Trust in divine timing. Don't be in such a hurry. There are no shortcuts here. Embodiment. Are you ready for a new beginning? You are in or entering a new season that will force you to evolve. This is a time of major transition. You are not stuck. You are holding on to old patterns. Change can be terrifying. Allow yourself to be mentored. When you choose a new path, you are ripe for self-sabotage. A commitment test from the universe may pop up to delay this new pathway. Stay the course. Your time is now. And then she gives a goddess declaration that says, I am limitless. I am limitless. And it's amazing that I pull this card, and this is what makes me know that I am connected to the divine, because I pull this card, and this is exactly what I was talking about in this video. You are not stuck. You are holding on to old patterns. Change can be terrifying. Allow yourself to be mentored. When you choose a new path, you are ripe for self-sabotage. So see, I have chosen a new path. I have chosen to change and to shift my awareness from the outside to the inside. I've chosen to release some weight. I've chosen to shift my money mindset so that I'm open to receive all of the abundance that is already here for me now. So this is a new beginning for me, and I'm entering a new season. And of course, it is always a major transition when you are shifting in those ways. And so the thing is that trust in the divine timing, and that is honestly what I'm talking about here today. Trusting in divine timing, and then shifting in the ways that you need to shift. And you see how shifting in my health is also shifting in my wealth. So shifting in my health affects shifting in my wealth. So shifting my health, I told you that my money mindset was involved in even me shifting in my health. So when you think about that and you start to embody a new beginning, and you start to, make decisions to shift or set intentions to shift, and then you start doing the things that requires to make that shift. So anyway, what I'm saying to you today is stay the course. Stay the course. Allow yourself to be whatever you need to be, but stay the course. Do the things that you know are required for you to do. Thank you so much, Yvonne. Good to see you. All right, so that's all I got for you today. And I will be back in here sometime tomorrow, because I have committed to coming in here daily for a while, just to connect with all of you guys. And, as people realize that I'm coming in here live to share all this amazing information and all this awesome revelation and all these words and messages and these channel messages that I'm receiving, then I'm just so excited, because I know that community is happening. So make sure that you are following me. If you're watching me on Facebook, make sure that you're following me on YouTube. And if you are watching me on YouTube, make sure that you are following me on Facebook. It is my name, Tammi Morrison. I have a group on Facebook called Awakening Your Intuition, where I love to talk about opening up to your intuition, cultivating your spiritual gifts, helping you to move forward in your life, helping you to make these shifts that I just made. So also follow me on TikTok, where I have series. I have one on how to unlock your intuition. And I have another series on how to meditate. And I'm creating another series on affirmations that it should be up there by next week. I think probably the end of next week, I should have it ready. So those are series on TikTok. You can buy them for $4.99. They're just videos like a series of videos that will help you to do all of those things that you need to do. Learn how to meditate properly and not without the restrictions and the limitations that people try to put on it. Because the meditation really will help you in your life, but you can do it in so many different ways. It's not just one way, and it's not just one, one technique. There are many, many, many ones, and I cover quite a few of them in that series that you can purchase on TikTok on my page, into Intuitive Tammy. Oh, I need some water. I took all my vitamins and supplements, and I think I have some that I take that kind of dry you out a little bit. So, oh, it's getting my throat. So again, thank y'all for hanging out. If you would like to have a session with me, because I have actually a sessions that I do on sliding scale. I also have some packages that you can get as well, because many times one session is usually not enough. But I have some packages that you can get. So reach out to me if those things are things that you want to do or explore. Um, and I'm also looking for referral partners. So if you would like to become a referral partner where you can earn 5% of each session that you send me, or each client that you send, or each person that you send that becomes a client, you get 5% off of their first session. So if that is something that interests you, reach out to me for that as well. How that is happening is I will give you a session for a discounted rate, and then you'd like to become a referral partner, and you refer me people, you get 5% off of their plan if they get a package, or if they even get a single session, you get 5%. So that's a way, for you to make some money, and also help some people. So again, thank you so much for hanging out. I absolutely enjoyed this interaction. And make sure that you are following me for more on all of those places, TikTok and YouTube primarily, and Facebook somewhat. But mostly I'm hanging out on YouTube and TikTok. So follow me over there. I do TikTok lives as well. I'm about to start doing those a few days a week so that you can join me there. We're going to do, I'm going to do some channeling and some healing, some guidance as well over there. So make sure that you are following me on TikTok at Intuitive Tammy. And you could also follow Gen X Journey to Wellness, where I'm sharing my wellness journey, some of my workouts and things like that. So definitely things are happening and moving. So again, thank you for hanging out, and I hope that you got value out of this. And I would love it if you would comment and share, what was your main takeaway, or what were your takeaways? However that worked, however it's set for you. I would appreciate that, because I love to read the comments and see what people are taking away. And I do try to go back and respond to them as well. So again, thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, weekend, whatever it is for you. Bye now.